Alright, so it's time to start making the sweet and spicy zucchini shrimp recipe. So the first thing I'm going to do is get my rice on because that takes the longest to do, and normally I actually forget to do it until I've already started cooking, and then that's just a whole big mess. So I'm just making the minimum amount you can make in this rice cooker is 4 servings, so I'm gonna make that, but we're not gonna eat all of that today. He'll probably take some of it with him to work tomorrow. For this rice cooker, you need 2 scoops of rice, whatever kind you use. We use this sweet rice that my mother-in-law gave us, and then you're gonna fill it up to that number 2 line right there. Now I'm gonna put it in here and I like to season the rice before it cooks with most of the seasonings. So I'm gonna put a little bit of rice wine vinegar, maybe about a tablespoon. Going to add salt. Going to add pepper. Pepper grinders. Kind of hate them. And that's really all I put in my rice. I like to keep it pretty simple. Gonna stir it up. Close them. Turn it on. Nope, it's not plugged in. Here we go. Turn him on. And put him on the white rice setting. Move this junk out of the way. And the next thing I'm going to do, I'm going to start cutting up my cucumber because maybe I just suck at cutting. When you guys watch me, you'll probably be able to tell, but it's just because I'm no good at it. But that's always very time consuming for me, so I'm going to go ahead and start doing that. Okay, so I have washed my zucchini and now I'm going to cut it. All the times I would use 2 zucchinis for this recipe, but I only had 1 left, so I'll start by cutting the ends off, just the little ends, which I will give to Cooper. Okay, and then I'm going to have it, and then have the halves. Okay. Also, the reason it takes me so long to cut things is because I'm terrified of cutting myself, so I take it slow. So now we're going to take this half and half it again. Same for these 2. Oh, this one's kind of crooked. Because the goal of this is to create quarters. And now I'm just gonna cut it up. I like mine a little bit towards the thinner side. Sometimes I'm not the best at making them consistent. And the size doesn't exactly matter. You know, you can cut them as thick and thin as you want, and they don't really have to be any kind of uniform size. And I'm just going to put them to the side in a bowl. But we now have all of those chopped right up. Okay, and now I'm going to go ahead and let this shrimp finish thawing. It's been in the fridge all day, but it's not completely thawed, so just want to make sure that it is completely thawed before I start cooking with it. Okay, so now that the shrimp has thawed, I just ran some warm water over it in the sink for a little while. Not too hot that it would cook it, but warm enough to kind of facilitate the the de-thawing, I have it sitting in the sink now over top of a bowl draining. Sometimes if your shrimp are too watery, it can make the sweet and spicy sauce a little bit watery, and I don't want to do that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to prepare the pan, and I'm going to start with cooking just the zucchini. Now obviously a wok would probably be the best thing for this, but I don't have one, so I'm just going to use this pan right here. It's a bigger pan that's deeper. Turn it on to medium. I'm going to use some extra light tasting Bertolli olive oil. Just enough to kind of get the bottom of the pan good and coated. And my one regular spatula is dirty, so I'm just going to use this spatula. It all works the same. Kind of use it to spread the oil around. And I'm going to just go ahead and get my seasonings prepared. We have garlic salt. Of course, just regular black pepper, and we're going to add sesame oil, some, come on, focus, some sweet chili sauce, and just some basic less sodium soy sauce. Now the rice is done cooking. I'm just gonna stir it around a little bit so it doesn't stick to the bottom. Some people like the little burnt bottom bits on the rice, but I'm not a huge fan. So just kind of mix it around a little bit every so often. Okay, and once your oil is good and hot, you can go ahead and start adding the zucchini in. Okay, you're just gonna kind of stir fry it like you would normally. As well as we will add the pepper. We like a lot of pepper, so it seems like I'm being excessive. That's just how we like it. Mix that up real good. Add the garlic salt. I promise I'm not adding as much as it looks. It's just really hard to get this to come out without a bunch of it coming out. So I'm trying to carefully get it out. And it smells so delicious and so fragrant right now. And then we're going to add the soy sauce. I'm going to add 1/4 cup of that. Mix them around. It smells so great. And the recipe calls for 1/4 cup of soy sauce. I only added about half of that because I like soy sauce, but I think 1/4 cup is a little bit too much. So add as much as your heart desires, or as as little as your heart desires. So now that the zucchini's been cooking for a couple minutes and it's mixing with the soy sauce, we're going to push it to the side and add in our shrimp. Ooh, there's one big shrimp in here. Okay, so just kind of spread them out evenly. Let them cook for a couple minutes on either side. And I'm going to multitask. While that's cooking, I'm going to put away the clean dishes. Okay, going to flip these bad boys over now. Getting good and brown because we're mixing with the soy sauce. Alright. And just kind of let them cook on the other side for a couple minutes as well. Okay. So next we're going to add a tablespoon of sesame oil. And I love sesame oil. I just love the way it smells when you add it to your food. And honestly, I would add more, but 1 tablespoon is enough. Just gonna mix them in there, spread it around, and we can mix these 2 different things together now. And just as soon as that sesame oil hits the pan, it just smells amazing. I wish I would have had 2 zucchinis. Just 1 zucchini is not enough for this whole thing. Alright. And next we're going to add 3 tablespoons of this. I do 3 tablespoons-ish. I kind of don't care if it overflows a little bit because we like it spicy in this house. And you're going to put it down to low heat at this point. Put this back where it belongs. And mix them all together. And that sweet chili also smells so great. And that's it. It's super simple. You know, like I said, it's one of my favorite recipes, mainly because it's just quick and easy, as long as you remember to start the rice. All you're going to do is get a bowl, put the rice in it, put this on top, and you're done. That's it. You know, if not counting for the rice, this takes maybe 10 minutes altogether to cook it. So I hope you guys enjoyed the first episode of Katie's Kitchen Calamities. I can't wait to try to share more recipes with you guys. And my goal for this, I'm not a professional chef. I've never, you know, pretended to be. It's just kind of fun for me. And I think everybody likes to pretend in their head that they're on a cooking show when they're cooking. So it's just kind of a way for me to show what I'm doing. Sometimes the recipes won't turn out great, I'm sure. And I'll share that too. I think that'll be a funny learning experience for everybody. But other than that, please, if you enjoyed it, like the video, share it. You can follow me on Instagram, Katie Yang with 3 underscores in between Katie and Yang. And other than that, I hope you guys have a great day.